Oh, welcome back to Final Fantasy XVI. My name is Ussur. Oh, I didn't do any side quests in between episodes. Whoopsie. That's all right. We gotta return to the hideout. We did a thing. Come, I'm trying. Back to the hideaway. It's still in the same spot. Apparently, we're just in a lake in that bleak area.
Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
So, you remember how quick
Holy
the Empire was
shit.
to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head?
That's a big mother
And
crystal.
how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first.
Right.
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
So we can go back and reclaim
The two nations beat
Rosaria.
their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals.
By the way, what's up with JRPGs and having
4 mother crystals
a
remain
guy,
restored in ash.
a part of your
Drake's
group,
breath, the
with
Iron
one
Arm.
eye that's name begins with a G?
Drake's fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's spine in
We've got
Waloed.
Gav and Garl.
And Drake's tail here in the crystalline dominion.
Okay.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities.
Yeah, my
Wait.
uncle.
Rosfield. And you're a Rosfield, of course.
Yeah, did you forget Clive?
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune. Along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
All right, let's get going. Starting another suicide mission. I'll start calling you the Suicide Squad, Clive. Otto's counter is now open. Oh boy. Following highway facilities are now open. Alliance reports. The patrons whisper the hunt board. All three are located near Otto and the mess. So Nectar's got his little thing going now.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
Think it's all right to touch him?
So Mather's all right.
All right. Vector, what's up, man? There you are, Kupu. I've been looking all over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar?
The matter is this, Kupo.
The hunt board. It's where the curse breakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not, Kupo. I knew all that already. He's so cute. That's why I need your help. As I need not remind you, Kupo, I am the mightiest of all the Moogles. No fiend of the forest or... Oh! I need you to slay them all, Kupo. Little quick
Right.
with his speech.
Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the curse breakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, thank you, Kupo. It's good to have found someone who understands me, Kupo. I'll stay here then and keep an eye on all the billets that get posted on the board. Oh, God! Don't trip over any words! Alright. Boop, 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 boop. These are a bunch of notorious marks. South of Sorrowwise, Rosaria. The Angel of Death. And Belphegor. Alright. Broken Hilt, Rosaria. Clairview, Sambrax, South. Okay. So they're just out there now. Like, I can go find them if I want.
Oh, Clive! Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
What's this do?
Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friends' donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any?
Sure.
Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Completing side quests will earn renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Okay. The merry band of outlaws and its dashing deeds of daring do are all the talk amongst the ladies of the court. We've gathered together several items of worth. Nice.
Here you are.
So we hit a certain amount of renown, we get goodies.
Come
Okay.
again. I may have more for you.
Clive,
You Alliant reports.
anything catch your eye?
So this just tells me there is stuff at certain
Always
spots.
something in
Okay,
there.
cool. There's side quests here. Journey to Hawk's Cry Cliff. How? Cool. I'd never heard of that one, so I was like, where? Huh? What? There we go. Off to southern Rosaria.
Do you think it was wise to leave, Gav? He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
I don't want him
Wasn't it Sid
fighting.
who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
Huh.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
Well, then let's get to it.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Had a kid, Clive. Hey, Torgal.
Come on.
Let's get busy. Bloodlines.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
Who
More than
knows?
likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Port Isolde. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Okay. Hello, wild chocobos. Thank you for not attacking me while I grab this sharp fang. What's up? We need info.
Justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Well,
Quiet, you! I think we're loyalists.
apparently she reaches out this far.
Jill, look.
Black
Rosaria
shields.
must be cleansed of the stain which befouls
Time to
her,
kill him. Let's go.
that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
Let's follow him.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the Millers?
Hi.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There've been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered.
I definitely murdered
The
one.
Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think you could take on the Empire.
Well, they aren't very brave.
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you?
Yeah.
At least I think there was a Black Shield. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere. And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
Wow.
You don't think these firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out.
Speak with the locals. Hi.
Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I
Yes.
speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pool.
Then we shall be on our way.
Wow. Well, the Black Shields are doing their job, scaring the hell out of everyone into submission.
These people live with a knife to their throats. in the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing.
That's
we still don't
kind
know
of what
who the
happened to
Black Shields are
her.
looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire?
Us, you fool!
A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
That one yielded 0, so... I mean, we did find out that yes, they are willing to submit to the Empire.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Yeah. You're assuming there's lurking. Well, there's lurking. A fallen hunter.
Ever since the Apollo tree.
Over here!
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message.
Uh-oh, she knows you're alive, Clive.
Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordil. Guardians of the Flame.
Okay, so this was just...
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
This was just to get us into a trap. Actually, considering what he was saying, they probably have already killed all the branded, and they're just there as an example. I'm telling you, Clive, we need to go after your mom. They don't even know who we are. They're just trying to catch the people getting in the way. Death.
Found her.
Yep. An example. Controller's rumbling. Well, Clive, are we gonna do something about her now or not?
This was my mother's doing.
Yeah, she's a vile monster.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
She betrayed your father.
Clive.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
Still gotta face Jill's fears.
We can't leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
Yeah, they took out the whole town. There's no point staying here. Let me see on the map. Buick Bridge. Woo, we got a ways to go. Let's get moving, Clive.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
So why ask them? Murder the entire outpost and let's just make our way. It's not like there's anybody in this nearby city that we need to watch out for.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
Yeah, well, they gotta leave their home or die. Come on, Clive, start sprinting. We got a long way to go, man. Beautiful. The Quiet Sands. Ah, pretty view of that big, I don't know, lake? Ocean? Devil crabs going down to the beach. We don't need to mess with them. We need to get moving. The Silken Strand.
Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance.
Very true.
Let's hope my uncle fared better.
I mean, it looked like the gates were shut, so I don't even know if I could have gone in there. Yeah, gates are all blockaded.
That's the main gate. And it looks like we're not the only ones hoping to get in.
Huh. Docks down there, and quest destination nearby.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy!
Here's an idea. There's not that many of them, Clive. Let's go kill all the guards and then go inside.
Better out there than in here! Fuck off! Chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! I said, where were you, filth? Back to your stalls! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in.
Oh, you and your other ways in.
I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same.
Was
that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus.
So we have to go back and find our way
We'll
in
find our
through
way into
there.
the city there.
If you're sure. And the entire place looked abandoned.
Yeah, and the gates were barred.
Do you think it's safe?
No. Nope.
As long as it is abandoned.
Black light burns.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
We're who they're looking for, Clive. I could be wrong. There could be someone else that would be, you know, an ally, friend, possibly party member. But I'm pretty sure they're looking for me. No, open it. Oh, this one's not barricaded. Quest destination nearby.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Nope, can't go in there. Hello. Spools of steel silk. Okay, so it's definitely not up here. Oop. Wow, that was a nice jump. What is that? Tooraloo. You just gonna skip through the city streets?
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Footpad.
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out.
Well, I guess I'm gonna have to murder all of you.
Or not.
Well, quickly one down. Oh, there's a couple more.
Over here!
My goodness.
Enough.
The dervish of death. That was a mistake. You shouldn't even be huffing that hard.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that,
Yeah?
and he's long dead.
Then perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Remember him? From our first mission?
Forgive me, my lord. I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us.
I can't remember his name either. Wade!
It is. So wait.
That must be who they're looking for, and here I decimated half of his group. Whoops! Oh, they're not dead. I just knocked them out. I guess I was in a forgiving mood.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire.
What about with the aid of two dominants?
We've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown.
Oh.
As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we. Make ready.
So that's what they meant when they said Guardians of the
main
Flame.
host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours.
And we're
Witnessed the
sidetracked.
crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
I was hoping you'd say that.
Yeah, just wait till you see what Clive can do when he gets angry.
Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I had a kid. Be enthusiastic.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Let's find out.
You are welcome to what little we have managed to salvage.
That is garbage, man. That's really bad. That's bad. That's bad. Man. Ooh. Elixirs. How much money do I got? Plenty of money.
As
We'll
you
buy
wish, my lord.
elixirs. That's all he's got.
May it serve the cause well.
All right, Wade. Let's move forward a little bit. I've been recording for about 40 minutes, but I had a phone call, so
Nothing fancy.
that might be where you see it jump ahead a little bit because I forgot I muted my mic.
And provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills.
Sounds great.
This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed.
Battle on the
While the Black
bridge.
Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Oldale have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Let's go, Wade. I'm sure I'll always be able to pause and save it if it's going to take too long.
Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
Let's do it.
So we shall.
Quest accepted. Black or white? Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. They may choose to remain behind at the hideaway, depending on where I'm going. Well, I'm going to confront them.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind.
Hold on a sec, I'm not sure I'm on the right one. Kind of looks like these guys are being driven from the bridge.
The bastards are looking at it.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Well, here's my command, let's get to it.
What is it now? I told you!
We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields. Then come!
I love how they just underestimate me every single time.
For Rosaria!
For Rosaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
This one.
You impressed yet, Wade? You got fire, you got ice, you got wind, and you got lightning.
Stand, albeit a misguided one.
Oh, another one of you.
In taking it, you have but proven our point.
Oh?
That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
I actually agree with that. Just not the type you think. Get in here, Wade. Give me a hand. There we go. Did you see that, Wade?
There's a boy. Get him.
And down he goes. Enemy slain. There goes their super fancy dragoon captain. Got me a Dragon Talon Imperial Link. Rare crafting stuff.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
I wouldn't count on it.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again.
Come on, Clive.
I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So Wade,
I must go kill my mother.
To Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Yeah, thanks for that, Wade. Oh, we got some renown. Look at that. My next reward is available. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. All right, Wade, what you got for me next? Phone's just been
and how
blowing
long
up.
has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
Awesome.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, He plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter.
Some sort of token I can wear?
It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
Yeah. Nice. Thanks, Wade.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Yeah. Sorry about the Lord Commander. I didn't mean to kill him, but...
You need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
Yeah, I'll do that. Rossfield Manor. Oh, we're here. Just already, boom, right to it.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance.
Awesome.
Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit.
Well?
Clive Rossfield died long ago.
Say something that only he and you would know about.
His name here, you shall pay with your tongue. You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Yep. It's a game he and his uncle played when he was a kid.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Hello, Uncle.
Hello, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit.
Let it slide, Clive. Let it slide. Brought the old boy to tears.
See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you?
Yeah.
Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
There's one left.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have.
Is that a coral in the background? That giant cat thing?
Recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
By your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw.
Depends on...
Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Boy, you put a big ol' spring in his step, Clive. He is ready to take on the world. I didn't think I'd be on rails this long after killing the Black Shields.
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Yeah, but we got something to take care of with Jill. Come on now.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung the sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused.
I mean, how many kids could you watch slaughtered in front of you
before I knew it?
Until they stopped threatening that.
I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had
like, you're gonna have to watch kids slaughtered until they realize, well, that's not gonna work. Let's find something else to do.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
So let's get to it.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Sure. And I have to go back to the hideaway because I can't save it right here. Hear me, monsters. Arr.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
Alright, I'm gonna do some side quests in between episodes here. And I might actually do it this time, maybe. But that's where we will end this one. Hey, Clive's still got family alive. Yay, not just his brother, but his uncle, who all of a sudden is like ready to take on the world now that he sees his little nephew's back. That will be all for this one. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you can see when I post new things. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Catch you on the next one. Bye!